Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We are back with yet another one. This is going to be an interesting video right here, so stay tuned. Let's get right into it.
So those chemicals are designed to ding their dopamine receptor. Sugar is the root of all evil. Sugar is hidden in everything now. Our sugar consumption since 1964 has gone up 400-fold. The worst thing that ever happened to the food pyramid was to have this massive war on fats in general and saturated fats and natural oils, and started to replace everything with processed foods and sugars, which really spike your insulin. We know now that Alzheimer's disease is type 3 diabetes. It's insulin resistance in the brain, right? I mean, the brain is so crack addicted to sugar that it secretes its own insulin. The brain's nasty. If it wants calcium, it'll leach it from the bones. If it wants amino acids, it'll strip it from lean muscle. And if it wants sugar, it'll activate a receptor on the back of the tongue called the RF1A2 receptor, which also provides a dopamine ding. Only a fraction of the chemical sweetener is actually designed to meet the taste of the sweetener. The entirety of the rest of those chemicals are designed to ding their dopamine receptor. Sugar is the root of all.
Sugar is a drug, and it's a strong one. One piece of cake might turn into three, it get like that.
The effects of smoking versus vaping.
I guess vaping is not that bad, huh? It's better than the smoking one.
We are witnessing the Hopi prophecy be unfolded right in front of our face. The Hopi prophecy spoke heavily on us moving into the fifth world. Some people may refer to it as the fifth dimension. The Hopis believed that there were three other world cataclysms before we got to this point. The first world was destroyed by fire. The second world was destroyed by ice. The third world was destroyed by the flood. Currently, we're in a fourth world transitioning to a fifth world. The Hopis wrote all their visions or transcendental premonitions on a wall. We spoke of these beings referred to as the gatekeepers. These extraterrestrial entities are what introduced them to corn. Corn is actually an extraterrestrial plant. They stated that these gatekeepers taught them about the belt stars. This is referring to the constellation of Orion. They referred to these beings as star ancestors or cosmic family. They stated that these beings would enter through a cosmic door, basically a portal. They also had a symbol etched in a rock that the Vatican actually used called the globus cruciger. This is a globe structure that actually has a cross on the top, and this is heavily promoted in Christianity. Globus cruciger is the personification of a monarchy, meaning one person having rulership, basically like a king or a queen. You view that monarchy as the 1%. This is basically referring to the deletes that run this matrix. The Hopi spoke heavily on extraterrestrial visitation. There have been a lot more UFO sightings lately. There's been war and calamity all over the planet. Russia has now labeled America an enemy. Vladimir Putin actually stated that we're being held hostage in America. Basically, we're all still prisoners of war. Ever since our ancestors lost the war to these invaders, we've been their prisoners. Work their jobs. Our kids go to their school systems. We pay their taxes. Even though this country was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors, we struggle just to make ends meet. Hopi prophecy make mention of all this taking place in the fourth world as we transition to the fifth world. It's going to be a terraforming process that will take place, however, all right? And this is where red Kachina and blue Kachina come into place, being Sirius and Nibiru. This is another reason why the temperature of the planet has substantially increased as well. Not to mention they're also utilizing deceptive technology that's having an effect on the temperature on the planet as well. Companies like HARP specialize in weather manipulation technology as well as devices that can emulate the sun. With this nefarious technology working in tandem with Brecacina, Blucacina, and our central sun, unfortunately, it's making the atmospheric conditions on the planet a lot more warm. What this is going to do eventually, due to electrical output, is cause the grid to shut down. Not to mention the value of our dollar crumbling substantially. There's also alleged cyber attacks that have been executed. Some allege that the Federal Reserve had issues with hackers, and large corporations such as Walmart and many other companies had to shut their business down. These are all signs leading up to the conclusion of the Fourth World. We are witnessing the Hopi.
You know, I don't believe everything he's saying, but I definitely believe that a lot of this stuff will come to an end, you know? We can't keep living like this, y'all. Come on. We can't. Y'all know this.
Isn't it weird how we're all using our phones 24/7, yet we never see or use them when we're dreaming? Even other technology like laptops, you just don't see them. Some people speculate that this proves that we are actually living in a simulation, because something is not wanting you to see something on your unconscious level. Isn't it weird how we're all using our phones 24/7,
Elon talking about that?
or use them when...
Okay, what
I like dancing. I also love the ping pong team.
Really?
I'm like, what's her name? Serena Williams?
You go to the gym or anything like that? Not yet. I can't wait to eat this food.
I don't need you. I'll put in my door. I got it.
Okay, what
I like dancing.
Why does it look so satisfying? Damn, imagine we mess up. Oh, we gotta redo everything. Yeah, they cannot mess up. You mess up, this is over with. You have to redo all that. That's crazy, because all they take is one little mess up, and they gotta redo all this over. It's tough. They're good, though. They are good. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have messed up. That was easy, though.
You know, I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. There's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for arrogance, because they don't understand the process I went through and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire, yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself. I had to convince myself.
It's true. You gotta believe in yourself, man. Nobody else can believe in you. This is how it is, though.
Say the Lord's Prayer before you go to bed. And so I got on my knees and I said the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. But then when you trace back that Lord's Prayer, whose prayer is that? That's the prayer of Ptah. Who's Ptah? Ea Enki from the Sumerian tablets. He wrote that prayer in ancient cuneiform, which then made it all the way into the Bible. And you think you're praying to God, you're saying the prayer of Ptah. So we've been brainwashed, we've been programmed, because for generations we keep getting handed down this system where we're given this false creation of who we are, and we believe it wholeheartedly. So we have a lot of NPCs walking around, non-players out here just walking around, have no clue, just programs in the matrix. Say the Lord's Prayer.
I respect my man. I don't do that. Because if I go out dressed a certain way, I know I'm looking for some kind of attention that I'm not looking for. I'm committed to him and only him. I don't do that. I respect my man.
They talking about, since y'all don't want to go on a cruise over the water, here go a land cruise. Who the fuck going on that? One hard turn and everything over with. That Buc-ee's that's right there, whatever restaurant that is, over with. All them cars right there sliding to the front of the truck. Who the fuck going on this cruise? Y'all gonna cruise y'all ass right up off that motherfucker too. You might as well go risk drowning. They talking about since y'all don't want to go
She
on
right.
a cruise over the.
You ain't lying. Is this real? Nah, I'm good.
The person that challenged you to be uncomfortable is the person that loves you the most. But you've been told for many years that the person that loves you the most is the person that accepts you for who you are. How can I love you when I know there's more that you can do, but I don't push you? That can't be love. There are tons of people that don't see they can do more. They've accepted their fate. So they only attach themselves to anybody that accept them for being who they are. But the reason why you lose it is because you accepted who you are. The person that challenged you to
show up and show out for when it's time to vote, because it's not just about the presidential election, you guys. It's time for us to play chess, not checkers. It's about making decisions that will affect
clip a
us
little low.
as human beings, our careers, our next generations to come. Did you know that it is now a crime to be homeless? Pay attention. It's not a secret. Look it up. They are attacking our most vulnerable citizens. The Project 2025 plan is not a game. Look it up. They are trying to bring the draft back. Who do you think they're going to draft first? I'm not trying to scare us. I'm trying to inform us. We got 3 Supreme Court seats up, you guys. We need those seats. Show up and show out for when it's time to vote, because it's not just about the presidential election.
Do y'all feel like she just trying to get people to vote, or she actually, you know, trying to tell us something? Because I ain't heard about no Project 25. I gotta look into that. Let's see what they talking about here.
Not know about Project 2025. Family, your friends, the people that you know on social media. How do they not know about Project 2025? Well, they probably don't know because no one's ever really broken it down for them. That is exactly what I'm about to do in this video. Please do all the things that you know to do so this can reach as many people as possible. Project 2025 is the conservative promise for America, a new mandate for leadership that lays out the plan for when a Republican is elected as president. It's almost 1,000 pages and is divided into 4 pillars. It includes an 887-page policy agenda, a presidential personnel database of vetted conservatives like a conservative LinkedIn, a presidential administration academy to train these people to achieve the Project 2025 policy agenda, and a 180-day playbook, which is what they hope to achieve in the first 180 days if Trump takes office in January of 2025, or really whenever any Republican takes office. And the plan has 4 distinct goals. To number 1, restore the family as a centerpiece of American life and to protect our children. Dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people. To 3, defend our nation's sovereignty, borders, and bounty against global threats. And to 4, secure our God-given individual rights to live freely, what our Constitution calls the blessings of liberty. Sounds harmless enough, right? Well, when you look at how they will achieve these 4 goals, the great white light slowly comes into view. American public education is a central focus of the plan. Project 2025, when enacted under Trump presidency, would eliminate the Department of Education. This part of the executive branch enforces civil rights law, protecting Black and brown people against discrimination without recourse. Title IX, which ensures that girls have equal access to sports, education, and opportunity, and would reset the definition of sex to mean only biological sex assigned at birth for all Americans. And while we all know public schools are struggling with less funding and a state-created shortage in some places of teachers, Project 2025 will decrease funding to public schools while increasing funding to religious education through the expansion of school choice policies by giving federal funds to states as block grants with no strings attached as to how those funds can be allocated. And also in regards to education, it's going to take away Pell Grants. Rights of women is a big focus of Project 2025, not in regards to like protecting the rights of women, but in regards to aborting them, like the rights. Project 2025 will reverse FDA approval of mifepristone, prohibit stem cell research, reverse the Biden administration support for travel to get abortion health care, withdraw Medicaid funds for states that require abortion insurance, and mandate that the CDC track all abortions while collecting data about abortion, abortion survivors, and abortion-related maternal deaths. Not to mention what it will do in regards to divorce, in regards to a woman's legal rights regarding divorce, and also custody of children. Human rights for LGBTQIA plus Americans, even more bleak. Gender-affirming care will literally end for all Americans who need it. Men and women who happen to be trans, non-binary, or intersex will be classified as having a mental disorder. And gay marriage protections will cease to exist because Project 2025 mandates that the only definition of marriage can be between an assigned gender at birth man and an assigned gender at birth woman. That's the only marriage that can lawfully exist. And this is just the surface level of the plan. As we approach America's Independence Day, I will do a deep dive into Project 2025, focusing on what it means for the Black community, the LGBTQ.
Project 2025. You may have heard about it in the news, but I want to tell you about the dangerous reality of what it is. Trump's Project 2025 agenda isn't just another policy plan. It is a 900-page blueprint for an authoritarian takeover. But let's talk specifics. This agenda aims to strip away women's reproductive freedoms by implementing a nationwide abortion ban, even in cases of rape or incest. It would also defund Planned Parenthood and other organizations that provide essential health services to millions of women. On the border, Project 2025 includes draconian border policies that are designed to tear families apart. It seeks, for example, to reinstate family separations and implement mass deportations, which would turn our immigration system into an instrument of cruelty. Project 2025 calls for the rollback of environmental protections, dismantling our regulations that keep our air and water clean. It proposes opening up national parks and protected lands to oil drilling and mining, which would of course prioritize corporate profits over our planet's health. This agenda is all part of the broader goal of the GOP to mold the country into their Christo-fascist fever dream. They want to erase the separation between church and state, pushing for mandatory religious education in public schools, allowing businesses to discriminate based on religious beliefs, and implementing laws that undermine LGBT rights. This whole plan is a direct attack on our democracy, aiming to concentrate power in the hands of a few while stripping away the rights and protections of the many. So this November, let's make sure that Project 2025 never becomes a reality. Project 2025. You may have heard about it in the news.
I just still feel like our vote don't matter, you know? So I feel like if you vote anyways, they still gonna do what they wanna do. But hey, if you're gonna vote, go ahead, man. If you think it helps, go ahead, you know? I feel like I'm ready for all this to end, you know? But, you know, we still going through this. This is crazy.
So what happened was I bought 2 water bottles like this. I have a little basket. I put both of the water bottles in. They were ice cold, like right out of the fridge. I opened it up and I started chugging it. Put the cap back on, set it back into my stroller, wiped my mouth because I had hella water dripping off my chin. And I'm here with like my mom and my kids, my husband, and my daughter comes out and she's like, you guys didn't pay for my stuff. So everyone starts freaking out, like, you know, she's having like a whole little fit. I go to take another drink. I reach to grab my water and I notice that it's full still. So I grab the other water and I notice that it's full. So I'm thinking maybe the pressure from like the heat and it being open, maybe it kind of like suctioned back up and looked full. So I start trying to twist the caps open. They're both fucking sealed.
To be honest, this whole experience scared the fuck out of me. It was really scary. Like I could feel myself drinking the water, wiping the water from my chin, and looking and seeing that both bottles were sealed. I was like, what the fuck? I know exactly what happened, but I can't make it make sense. I think if I had been alone when this happened, I would have just kind of brushed it off. But because my family was there and everybody watched me drinking the water, I feel extremely validated, but also invalidated because it makes no sense. When I was drinking the water and on the way back home, I felt like it was like an outer body experience. I almost was seeing in like third person POV. A lot of people have asked me if I notice anything different since having that whole experience, and I have to say I have. There's this whole theory about a jump in timelines or a shift in dimensions, alternate realities, and I truly believe that I experienced something along those lines when that happened. So yes, my life has changed. I noticed significant changes in my whole life. My world, my surroundings, it feels different. It's something I can't explain. It's something that will never make sense to me, but it's something that I experienced, and I think it's very cool, but it's also extremely frightening.
So what happened was I bought 2.
And everything that they teach you is based on fear. Anytime you operating in fear, you shut down all your magic. It's over with. It's a wrap. You might as well just pack it up and go home. Because fear is the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of high vibrations. And fear is really just you thinking about some shit that hasn't even fucking happened yet. That's what fear is. You fear that something bad is going to happen, you know, if you don't do these certain things. And that fear is actually manifesting the thing that you don't want to happen. And everything that they teach you is
fear. Fear can really hold you back, man. Definitely. I agree.
Don't you ever forget that police used to be slave catchers, bro. You better keep running through them cotton fields, man.
What?
Run to the north, bro. Get up out of here. If you see them, don't stop. Don't stop, or you gonna get hanged, bro. Keep running, man. Please. Don't.
Now, if you would have told me this shit 10 fucking years ago, I never would have fucking believed it. So now, McDonald's is selling fucking ice. They selling ice up at McDonald's and shit for $1. So who running out to go get them some ice for $1 from McDonald's? Like, this shit is just going bananas right now. Taco Bell selling goddamn breakfast, Subway open for breakfast. Boy, they doing any and everything out this motherfucker right now. Ice from McDonald's is a fucking $1. Like, what the fuck is going on? Now, if you would have told me this shit 10 fucking years ago.
Really? Let me look that up.
Reports of Apple AirTags being planted on people and their belongings. They can even be used to help thieves steal cars.
Traps you should never fall for in the hood. If you ever see an Apple AirTag on your car, you are in serious danger. Several reports of criminals using Apple AirTags to track down people have been reported all over the country. These criminals will target sports cars and women, allowing them to have your location at all times. If there is ever an unknown AirTag within 30 feet of your location, your iPhone will notify you exactly where it is automatically. Dispose of it or destroy it immediately.
In Atlanta, a body cam obtained by Inside Edition shows cops finding an AirTag in this woman's gas tank.
I randomly got a notification to my phone saying something about how there is an AirTag that doesn't belong to me that's been with me.
Even attached to the undercarriage.
Reports of Apple AirTags being planted on.
What's inside a 7-Eleven red velvet cookie? You're about to find out. So I bought a 2-pack for $1.
I used to get them all the time, so I gotta know what's going on.
At 7-Eleven. I'm not gonna lie, it smells really good. But will I bite into this like the comments tell me to? Absolutely not.
The only reason why, like, if it's like, you know, the stale kind, I can't even put it. If soft, them joints hit. I ain't gonna lie.
There's 21 grams of sugar in one cookie. That's over 5 teaspoons of sugar in this cookie. You think that's it? Let's keep going. That's a lot of ingredients. The first ingredient's enriched flour, synthetic vitamins. There's sugar in here. There's soy lecithin, more enriched flour, sugar, brown sugar, margarine, which is a vegetable oil blend of palm fruit, soybean, and olive. Another important question you have to ask yourself, how did they get the red in the red velvet cookie? Artificial color, red 40, red 3, blue 1, yellow 6. 4 artificial colors in that cookie. How dare they call this a red velvet cookie? I have no direct swap for a red velvet cookie. If you'd like cookies, choose Siete or Simple Mills. I personally recommend Sweet Addison's. They're delicious, made with clean ingredients. Check out their Instagram. So snack smart with the right cookies and follow the channel for way more.
I ain't gonna lie, somebody behind the scenes is really trying to sabotage Chris Brown, because this right here is unexcusable.
Is he still singing?
This man over here mad as hell, kicking his feet, swinging them, and he's still singing his heart out. Hey, and not only did it happen once, but it happened twice. Yeah, I would do the same thing because that's straight ridiculous. I remember when Orlando Brown said Chris Brown was the greatest entertainer of all time. And he is. So I feel like somebody's really trying to sabotage him or trying to make him so mad that he just goes back to the old breezy. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody be...
Let's see what I'm addicted to. Let's just see. See how much sorcery is on this. No. Let's try again, because I am not addicted to that. This is all bullshit. It's automated, it's randomized, it's cool. Let's try again. I don't even have a fucking comfort show. Let's try again.
Caffeine.
Okay, but that I mean, fourth time's the charm.
I mean, hey, you gotta make videos. So that might be real.
I think that's everyone in America.
Yeah, I think
especially because we're on TikTok.
Everybody addicted to their phone.
I'm done for tonight. It made me think about myself. Peace, guys. Let's see.
It was definitely organic before the culture vultures came in and got their claws in it. When it was just on the corner with the Last Poets or the Watts Prophets, when it was just in the juke joints, when it was just among us at the barbecue or the picnic, it was fine. But once they put a label on it and packaged it, we had to become the slots that they was designed for us to fill. And there ain't too many slots. It's only about 13 of them.
Who are the culture vultures?
You really want me to answer? This is the Rock Newman Show, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have, but yeah, those corporate lawyers and attorneys and accountants that kind of took hip hop off of its course and wanted to turn hip hop into something that that they could package and sell. Who they are? Average subsidiary record company that was tied into the majors that had distribution, global and worldwide distribution. So then when the young brothers came up and had business sense and signed on to some of these major labels, then we started saying, okay, well, we want to kind of do our own thing. And then we started packaging the songs the way we wanted to do them. And it became a threat to them, so they had to change the game. In comes gangster rap. In comes everything, every vice that they put in the projects we had to talk about because that's the only thing they allowed us to talk about. Hip hop was definitely organic before the culture.
Anytime I feel myself getting sick or anything, I just know it's imperative to go raw. And that's how I've raised my kids. They know as soon as they get sick, okay, you've been eating quite a lot of cooked or processed food. The number one thing to improve their diet, I would say, to increase the amount of raw organic food that you consume. One of the big maxims from Hippocrates, father of modern medicine, was let food be thy medicine, medicine thy food. That was the quote from him. But you're going to have to learn to make and love a good salad. Maybe make some good salad dressing. It does help. It's the natural way to eat. If you were in nature, that's why you don't see osteoporosis and all these forms of cancer in animals other than our pets. The number one way that change gets made is by example. People see other people. That's why every person in this room, every person watching this is a light to their friend. Anytime I feel myself getting sick or anything.
Copper is toxic according to the medical medium. Well, I will continue to keep drinking out of my copper, just like all the copper pipes that used to be around America in 1910, 1920, 1930, 1940, until about World War II, they all started disappearing. And the whole copper is toxic is an interesting thing because our body is primarily copper and carbon. So how can copper be toxic? Right. And then the other thing too is copper and carbon create electricity. What are we? Electrical beings. If we don't have electricity, our body doesn't function. That's why they zap you back to life. And people used to wear copper to get rid of inflammation and pain. That was a big one. Down in the South, they used to wrap people with copper so they could get rid of inflammation and pain and osteoporosis. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that copper is toxic to our bodies if it is part of our body. That's for sure. And remember, there are people, as I always say this, there are people paid to say something of a certain way, to get people away from something. Copper is toxic according to the medical.
I'm definitely gonna get me some copper stuff like that. Copper mugs, copper bottle. I'm looking into that.
The way you live your days is the way you'll live your life. Think about that for a second. The minutes turn into days, which turn into weeks, then months, then years. Your life will be lived in the same manner you choose to honor your everyday. If you want a fulfilling life, start small and first live a fulfilling day today. The way you live your day.
I want to buy some food. Right, did you see? Yeah, spray on the food. Bro, spray on the food, yeah. When I came in, I thought he was spraying that roast on that banana thing. That's fucking nasty. That ass bread is red. I just want to buy some food. Right, did you see? Yeah, spray on the food. Bro, spray on the
stuff. Fruits and vegetables. Why is he doing that?
Today is a mushroom day.
Oh, yes.
Peace, y'all. Today, I'm doing something special with my boy Malcolm from Tapped In Wellness. What we cooking today, bro?
Today, we're making a crispy oyster mushroom sandwich. You're gonna wanna try this, trust me. So one hand for the wet, one hand for the dry, and go back.
It's a mushroom day.
Oh, yes.
Peace, y'all. Today.
A mushroom sandwich? That just look good, though. I ain't gonna lie, like a piece of chicken almost. For real. That's dope.
That's just straight. Why are black people afraid of chainsaws? Don't answer it. Don't. Run, nigga. That's just straight. Why are black people? That's just straight. Why are black people afraid of chainsaws?
Hey, you know what your motherfucking problem is? You always get comfortable when you think shit going good. But in all reality, you need to be grinding like shit then got worse. Start to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And just keep that in mind.
Come on, man. And just keep that in mind. Why you say it like that?
Hey, bro. This ain't something you want to do, fam. This ain't something you want to do. I promise you this ain't something you want to do. This ain't something. Cuz this ain't something you want to do. Hey, this ain't something you want to do, my nigga. This ain't something you want to do. I'm telling you right now. Go about your day. Go about your day. Go about your day. I promise you, go about your day, cuz. God damn, bro. Must really forget. I am a professional heavyweight boxer. I will body this, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Up here pumping on his brakes, about to hit my goddamn. I got my daughter with me, cuz. I will body this morning, bro. And that's on God.
Listen, I just dropped my daughter off. Don't ever do what I just did unless two things are certain. One, you can fight your ass off. And two, you always got it on you. Keep in mind, I said and, not or.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I said and, not or. You right, though. So, not everybody, you ain't taking no bullet. It's over with. And no matter how, big, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but a bullet is over with.
Loving yourself is the most powerful thing we can do. Then everything flows. Everything flows beautifully. And I'm not talking about vanity or arrogance, because that is not love. That's always fear. I'm talking about just really respecting and appreciating this incredible, magnificent being that we are. You were born in pure love, all of you. And then what happens is we start to grow up and we start to listen to people that were frightened or critical or resentful. And many of us grew up with people like that. If you grew up in a family where criticism was the norm, then you're going to grow up to be a critical person. You're going to look at everything in life as with criticism. And you probably criticize yourself and other people. And you won't enjoy life nearly as much as you could. But these are old family patterns. And it's very easy to blame our parents, and it's very easy to blame our childhood or our environment. But the problem with that is that it keeps us stuck. We don't get to be free. We get to stay in our victim thing. And that's no good for anybody. Then we just get to keep having our problems. But remember, you're in charge now. Doesn't matter what your parents said, doesn't matter what you learned. What really matters is what you are choosing to think and say now. Because you're the only person that thinks in your mind. Remember, we get to choose the way we think, and we can choose to change the way we think. It's always our choice. I want you to look in your eyes, and I want you to say, I love you. Who would be upset if you really loved yourself?
The universe will put you in the same situations over and over again until you learn to react differently, until you learn to think differently, until you learn that enough is enough. Remember this. Old habits do not open new doors. You must eliminate in order to evolve. The universe will put you in the same situations over and over.
You gotta get them bad habits out the way. Sure. Last word.
American, and I will not have my rights infringed by you or anybody else. Is that bullshit? You told me falsely that you had information that you were going, that I had violated your rules. I have not violated the rules. What I am doing, I can continue what I want as long as I want. And I will be down in San Diego today, and I will stand for your rights, his rights, and fucking mine. Good day, sir. American, and I will not have my rights infringed by you or anybody else.
It's good to see some nice art. That was like a real photo almost, like for real. I thought that, like, you would think that's a real photo that somebody took on their phone or something. That's dope. Look how good that looked, like the highlights and all. Man, that's pretty good for real.
We have been getting back to
the heat is on tonight, mid-June, and yet many of us are already staring down the season's first big heat wave, a spring that has thrown just about every flavor of extreme weather at us, now sending the thermometer soaring. Chicago will...
He said every flavor. Did he say every flavor? That is funny.
Air hitting 97 today, breaking a 1957 record. But many more will likely fall across the Midwest and Northeast in coming days. More than 100 record highs will be challenged in big cities, ranging from St. Louis to Pittsburgh and deep into New England. Boston and Manchester, New Hampshire could see temperatures approaching 100. Tonight, at least 71 million of us living under heat alert.
And it's going to keep increasing, so it's very important to prepare yourself for it. In order to survive the sun and this increase in cosmic energy, it's very important you detox the toxic metals out of your body. Picture putting a bunch of spoons and forks in a microwave and then turning it on. This is what happens every time you step out in the sun with those toxic metals in your body. This cosmic radiation is going to cook a lot of people from the inside with those toxic metals, and some people won't make it, unfortunately. Most aren't aware that in 2023, last year, set a record for the most people that died due to heat exhaustion, and they're stating that 2024 is going to be even more deadly. They had death certificates for more than 2,300 people. The way you remove the toxic metals out of your body is by a process called chelation therapy. This cilantro and chlorella blend that I have available in Holistic Remedies for Ascension. We have been getting back to
the heat is on tonight, mid-June, and
Because a lot of people have to do a lot of fasting, especially if you like a person that's eating like real bad food shit. I don't know. I'm pretty sure like they can't sit in the sun for too long. That sun ain't no joke right now, for real. It's not no game, man. For real.
Bitch, this the type of white a nigga wanna be. Fuck around, I ain't white, bitch, I'm Chinese. Coming through this motherfucker, bitch, look right for me. Everything I made, bitch, out of 3D. Bitch, I got a 3D printer on me. Coming through this bitch, yeah, you know I'm Chinese. I come through this bitch and I'll whip it up. Make an iPhone real quick and make a coffee cup. Y'all broke ass niggas can't fuck with us. Bitches Yap Chan, bitches Chap Chan. I'll pull this bitch up in Japan, cause I'm the Jap man. Bitch, I'm the Jap man. You never seen a scooter with this many wheels, nigga. You never seen a Chinese nigga make this many deals. Coming through this bitch, he'll sell plenty pills. Chinese nigga going straight up off the heel. Bitch, yeah, you know he doing rolls. He'll play that motherfucker, he going off the road. Bitch, and that bitch turn into a tank, bitch, yeah. Bank, bitch, yeah. Ain't, bitch. I don't know, the beat done went off. But look, my Chinese niggas out here shitting. I don't know what else to tell you, bitch. Y'all, fuck it, turn another beat on. We gonna do two some. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, bitch. This the type of Chinese a nigga wanna be. I can't read Chinese. Bitch, this the type of white a nigga wanna be.
Crazy. I ain't gonna lie, my boy out here making stuff, man. Make me want to figure out how he doing it and make some stuff. That is cool, for real.
Okay, I'm okay, y'all. I'm alright. I'm alright. Hey, you mean everybody? You'll not spell. Hey, everybody, I'm okay. If you
that frequency of like, listen, it's time to pay homage to whatever that is that created you. I call it the creator of creations. You feel me? You can't debate that. There's things that have been created, right? There's creations, everything you see, including me. And then there's that which created all the creations on all the different levels and all the different scales. From me to the dust on the ground, to the insects, to you, to the chips in the screen, to everything, to the sun, to the galaxies, to the, right. All of that was created by something. So I go straight to the source. I pass all the idol worshiping, as they say. Like, I never bow down to the sun. I respect the sun, but I never bow down to the sun. You see what I'm saying? I respect the moon, but I'll never pray to the moon. I'll never defer to the moon. I'll never seek refuge in the moon. You see what I'm saying? And then we could talk about all these quote unquote deities. I'm not trying to get into pantheism right now, but understand my understanding is on a whole different level. But like I said, I'm going straight to the source. We just gonna go past everything, go straight to the source. That frequency of like, listen, it's
Darwin's theory of evolution was wrong and it's heavily affecting you. Humans did not evolve through survival of the fittest dynamic, but through collaboration. Modern research shows that cooperation with others and our environment played a significant role in our advancement. It is now being proven that how our reality works is that if we give, we thrive. Our interconnectedness with nature also supports this. The earth charges us with electrons, relieving stress, anxiety, inflammation. It also provides essential resources like food, water, and shelter. These benefits highlight how humans thrive when working with their environment instead of exploiting it. Those moments where you think of somebody and they text you are small forms of telepathy. Scientists are now proving that we are a part of a collective consciousness, supporting that all is one. We have historically asked, what can we take away from the world instead of what can we give? And this imbalanced the world. When I stopped trying to take away from the world and started to genuinely want to collaborate and give, that's when I became the most successful, abundant, and fulfilled. Reality is a mirror, and when you operate in survival mode, you you take away from yourself, the gift from your heart, and you will be rewarded. Yes, put a price tag to your work because energy exchange is part of this collaboration dynamic. But don't do it for the exchange, do it for the world. If you're looking to align with the best version of yourself through the supernatural power of your mind, I'm hosting a free live quantum alignment masterclass, and to save your seats, come in Quantum 88. Darwin's theory of evolution was wrong and it heavily affected.
Oh my goodness, guys, take a look at this. He pushed a shopping cart, run behind the truck, and then she's backing up her car. She sees the shopping cart. What does she do? She stops, she gets out, and then he runs right in, gets her pocketbook, and go back onto the truck. She never knew what happened.
That's tough.
Oh my goodness, guys,
Didn't
take a
even
look.
know what happened right there. That is pretty smart though. Not saying like, you know, but that is pretty smart. I ain't gonna lie. That was like that worked on somebody.
Shopping with my grandma earlier, and she said that before everyone got their microchips implanted, they had these physical cards that had all of their money on it. And when you went shopping, it wasn't like now where you could just walk out with all your items and your chip automatically gets charged. No, you had to go to this attendant in the store and scan all of the items, and then you would have to pay for it with the card that you brought. Must have been so easy to steal back then. Oh, that's what I said. This was before greater intelligence took over facial recognition anyway, so it was stopping you from putting the stuff in your pockets. The attendant? Sephora must have gone crazy back then. Sephora probably did go crazy. What's crazy is the fact that law enforcement back then was just human police. You know, my mom and I were talking about this the other day. She said that when the greater intelligence police drones came out, the amount of jails in the US doubled. Must have felt so free to not be watched all the time back then. Yeah. Well, as free as they were, girls back then couldn't check their boyfriend's microchip aerial cams. So I am great where we're at. Where is he? Looks like he's home. What's he doing? He's just on his phone. You know, in the future, I bet we'll have access to that too. Shopping with my grandma earlier, and she said that before everyone got their microchips implanted, they had these physical cards that had all of their...
A lot of y'all boys be stealing time, man.
Feeling burned out? What they tell you to do when your Wi-Fi router won't connect? Unplug it. Sometimes you gotta unplug, reconnect. Feeling burned out?
Sometimes you do. You're right. Sometimes you gotta unplug and reconnect. I agree. So.
You don't need food, you need charging. There are many different ways you can charge the body, like grounding or standing next to trees. You are a biological battery. When you are hungry, this is not hunger, this is your digestive system getting rid of waste and toxins from the body. It's important that you fast because after 2 days of fasting, your body produces stem cells to regenerate the body. The more toxic your body is, the more sleep you need. You don't need 8 hours. This is real food. Humans possess trichromatic vision, which means their brains are wired to seek color, just like every other herbivore animal. Our brains are wired to seek electrical, colorful food, which charges us, not dead, rotting flesh. Foods are either acidic or alkaline. Acidic foods promote cellular deconstruction, which destroys your cells. Alkaline foods promote construction of your cells. Every 90 days, your cells are brand new. You can regenerate your body just by eating the correct food. Food is designed to grow on trees and from the ground, not on legs running away from you. You don't need food, you need charging. There are many different ways you can charge the body.
See what has happened because we in the 60s, we hit the cattle industry so big by, you know, promoting vegetarianism, and people stopped eating red meat. The cattle industry went into the soybean industry. And as my brother Kepper said, soybean is the new pork on the block. It's as foul as pork. The body cannot process soybeans. We cannot digest soybeans. Soybeans have an enzyme inhibitor that blocks the body from producing trypsin. And this is all scientific fact. You can go find it out online. The body cannot produce trypsin, a digestive enzyme that is necessary to break down the type of protein that is found in soybeans. So the body cannot produce it, so you eat the cooked soybean products, and they're not being digested. They're just not breaking down in your system. So in the Orient, see what has happened because we in the 60s, we...
Oh no. I feel like black beans is good for you though.
So have y'all noticed that a lot of y'all favorite content creators' pages got banned around the same time? Well, it's probably because the Supreme Court allowed the White House to press social media companies to remove disinformation, or what they perceive to be disinformation. Now, I've been telling y'all this is around the corner. That's probably why y'all seen a slight change in my content. And a handful of people that I know personally got their pages took. And y'all do know it's 2024, right? Yeah, the election year. Y'all know around this time it's a lot of, how can I put this, strange and peculiar things that start happening. Even though we have, freedom of speech amendments, it's just a tip. I advise y'all to be careful on what y'all say. Because if not, you will get a visit from Swiper and wake up and you won't have an account. Swiper no swiping. Swiper no swiping. Be smooth on what y'all say on these apps and keep your eyes open. Y'all know what time it is. But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And don't forget, if y'all want the sauce on how to blow up on social media, comment down below ATM. Let's get active.
My God, Doris would have me saying swiper no swiper. That shows to be so funny, man. Y'all know. Yeah.
Swiper no swiping! Swiper no swiping!
Oh, man.
Yeah, though. Oh, man. Nah, that is...
8 years sober, bud.
I'm sorry, man.
You struggling with it at all, sir? No? I just try to help people out because I've been sober for 8 years now, so I try to plant seeds when I can.
That's good.
I know denial was a huge part of my journey. Yeah. Yeah, you got out of here pretty quick. Was it some trauma creeping back in or something like that, bud? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. It doesn't do nothing but tear your life up. You know what I mean? Yep. Unless you saw the worker and you was going to wait till he goes and try to take it. Yeah, oh, okay.
I was just looking for like one of the little...
Because that's what I used to do. Yeah, when I'd see people in the aisles, I'd be like, oh, let me come back so I can get it, that 5-finger discount, bud. You got $1?
It's about all the more I drink.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Got $1 though?
What's that?
You got $1?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm good.
Sure?
Yep, thank you.
All right. I just felt bad about it. Everybody should have a damn $1. You know what I mean? I thought you were poor for a minute.
You get some cash back when I buy what I'm getting.
Yeah, I used to make excuses too.
He is too funny,
8 years so.
Multiple kills confirmed. What is this?
What's going on, bro? You slick with it? Yo, let me see. Oh my God. What's going on, bro?
Guys, be very careful when you are going in your car. Always be aware of your surroundings. If you are enjoying these videos, give a follow. Let's continue. Look at what's happening when you are not paying attention to your surroundings. Look at this other situation. Stick around. Here are some tips to help you. Look around before you get in your car. Look at your surroundings. Always pay attention. Look before you get in your car. Bam, just like that. As soon as you get in your car, the first thing that you do is you lock your door. You don't look in your bag. You don't do anything else. You lock your door and then you take off. You don't do anything else. Do you understand? Get in your car, lock your door, and you put your car in drive and you leave the location. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoy our videos,
if you shoot a gun into a body of water, some people think it will completely stop the bullet. But is that actually true? Well, water is much more dense than air, and this can make the bullet rapidly lose speed and energy, usually stopping within just a few feet. But if you threw in a grenade, this change in density has less of an effect, and it will still cause a powerful underwater explosion, creating dangerous shockwaves. If you shoot a gun into a body of water...
That was him. Hey! Stop! What are you doing?
That was Jones.
Hey!
And that
What are you doing? Hey! Stop trying to damage my property! Do you not understand what USCC 241 is? Or 242?
No, we ain't giving no hope. I ain't Romeo and no hope.
Come watch me do what I do. On day 5 of this raw food cleanse, I made a pineapple fruit bowl salad, and I also got a chance to visit the farmer's market today to try other things. It was so beautiful there, and I made sure to get some cardio in for the day. Getting a little sweat in is a crucial part in helping the body to detox. Make sure you guys check out my broadcast channel where I do a lot of behind the scenes of this whole detoxification process, and also I got to try some yellow watermelon for the first time. It was pretty good, but it's not that much of a difference from regular watermelon, so it's kind of unnecessary. But yeah, and like I said, I did the pineapple fruit bowl as well. I just added in some berries, some more pineapple, dragon fruit, and some kiwis. Then I gave it a little agave drizzle, and make sure you guys follow me and keep up with my posts because I am doing 7 more days of this cleanse. I'm also going to be doing savory recipes as well. Come watch me do what I do. On day 5 of this raw food cleanse,
Not funny.
Special big up, shout out goes to Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, powerful king, powerful. My name is Dwayne Onfroy, father of rapper known as XXXTentacion. I just want to say first of all thank you for giving my son a platform when he was an unknown artist and his first single. You gave him a shout out when his album was released. You stepped up to the plate for him when a lot of people just stood by and stood back. And Spotify had him under pressure and wasn't even attempting to play his songs. Really, King. I've always respected you for that. Always. California was my home. Still love Cali. You understand? Kendrick Lamar, salute. Really out. Much respect, brother.
He said salute. That's dope. Yeah, shout out to Kendrick, man.
What you go do with the necktie? It's an elephant. It's about being a stronger person while being passive. And that's what I've been trying to learn. I've been trying to not be a lion. So I've been trying to be an elephant.
Not gonna lie, X was a very interesting dude, man. For real.
I see another Illuminati to comment and did you sell your soul? You know how often I get that now? And my ass decides to throw eyes wide shut party. And now because everybody's like, oh, the Illuminati signs, the Illuminati symbols all over the cake, and you got this and you got that. How about idiot? How about dumbass? I did a party that's based on the Illuminati because it's funny that I'm famous and I can utilize that as a meme to make you all scared on Halloween night or pre-Halloween. If I see another Illuminati to comment and did you sell your soul?
Kind of got a point, but who knows, man.
According to Snyder, the U.S. government signed an agreement in 1954 with extraterrestrials, granting them the right to experiment on humans and cattle in exchange for technology. This agreement was known as the Grenada Treaty, and it is a well-documented event. The original terms for this treaty were that only a small number of humans would be abducted. Do
y'all believe in the aliens this way? Well, let me know. I don't think it's like this. I think maybe it's deeper than that. Maybe I could be wrong. But I don't know. I don't believe in like aliens looking like that. Like how they say they look. I don't think it's like that.
They had to be returned to their original locations and their memories had to be wiped. The aliens were supposed to submit a list of the individuals they were taking to Majestic 12, a government overseeing committee. However, after a few years of this, it became clear that the aliens were taking far more humans than they had originally bargained for, which spawned the origins of the alien-human conflict that persists to this day.
Honestly, I just think it's advanced interdimensional beings that just able to come through and pass through and then get right back out. Like, come into our realm and get back out fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it is. Not these aliens they be showing us. It's not like that. No.
When a woman want to see you win, she becomes a partner instead of a problem. Facts. When a woman want to see you win,
I'm going to dig my first hole in the sand about a foot or a foot and a half deep. Then after that, I'm going to dig a second hole upwind of this one. Then I'll tunnel it all the way down to the bottom of the first hole. You want to do this in semi-wet sand. If it's too dry, it'll just cave in on itself. But if it's too wet, your holes will fill up with water. Now the holes are connected. Then I'll build a little mound around the first hole I dug. Not necessary, but it adds a little more depth. Then I'll shave a fat wood feather stick so that I can make a fire in this. This is a Dakota fire hole in the sand. Pretty much a rocket stove in the ground. Making a fire this way makes it burn very hot and efficiently, which is great for cooking food or boiling water. It keeps your fire protected from the wind. The wind will actually help your fire instead of blowing the flames everywhere. It's also known as a stealth fire, which produces very little smoke as well. As the fire burns, it draws in fresh air through the air intake tunnel, and it's not necessary, but it does help putting the air intake hole upwind of the fire hole, because as the wind blows, it'll travel through the tunnel first into the base of your fire, which will stoke it. I'm gonna dig my first hole.
That's dope. That's a dope skill to know. You never know when you might need that skill one day.
Where we going next?
Lord, she done got Keith Lee.
The Method Man looking like.
Oh my God, and this dude confused.
Method
Oh,
Man,
look at Keith Lee. He looked so embarrassed.
Are you? Hi, how are you? Mr. Keith Lee, I know what you're thinking right now.
Oh no.
10.9 out of a 10? I got caught up in my own inner monologue. I'm so sorry. You're thinking this is a 10.9 out of 10. My bad. You fine too, so call me. Give him his flower.
Oh Lord, not call me with his wife sitting next to him.
Let's give a flower right here. Yes. Oh, and we're done. I give everybody flowers, whoever else I missed. Just like our next performer who has not
Watch her
missed
face,
yet.
y'all.
Welcome to the stage, Ice Spice.
Watch her face.
Where we going next?
Lord.
So now we have social media people at the BET Awards, huh?
These are a couple of things that are gonna happen if Trump wins the election this year. So number one, we got gas prices. All right, the motherfuckers gonna drop tremendously. Okay, and this might be the most important thing on this list, in my opinion. I'm just saying, I'm tired of going to the gas station and spending damn near $100 just to fill up my tank. Apartment rent gonna decrease. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, living in California, bro, is about like you gonna spend at least 2 bands on a 1-bedroom apartment at least, which is crazy, and it should not be that way. Russia and USA could potentially make peace. Okay, Biden has made a lot of things worse, so this could be something that could happen. Same thing with North Korea. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump. I don't know. He seems to be cool with Russia and Korea. So North Korea. So this could happen too. China and USA, same shit. And supposedly the minimum wage is gonna increase to $19 per hour. But I know a lot of this stuff is just all good stuff. There is a lot of this could be lies. But this is just supposedly this is what's gonna happen if Trump gets elected.
So Tyler just won a BET award. A non-black person just won a BET award and got up there, and her acceptance speech was, I want to thank BET for pushing the culture forward. What goddamn culture? Tell me, because I need you to recognize what culture you're actually talking about. This is what the fuck we be talking about. This is what the fuck we be talking about in black spaces. In black spaces, talking about the culture, cosplaying, not picking a side, being marketed to black people as racial.
Isn't she black though? All right. She's Jamaican. All right.
Racially ambiguous, but kind of black, but mixed, but still black. Power to the people. This that bullshit that we be talking about. But you know what? This is black people's fault for not holding people accountable. Not only are you giving her an award, but she's also going to perform. This shit crazy. And these
Coco Jones. Why she? Hey man, nah, cause I'm not the person that saw that, bro. Coco.
When they whip you around thinking for it, you like,
I'm off this shit.
Hey, same way, man. For real.
Freaky ass nigga here. It's 95 to my problem. They not like us. That's just not my. I ain't got no nigga. They not like us.
Okay, bet. Stand on that.
Freaky ass nigga here. 69 guy. Freaky ass nigga here.
This is crazy. This is the world we live in, man. Hey, that is how it is. Though when you get on TikTok, and said stuff like that and all that. Yeah. How many of y'all can relate to that? Alright, y'all. That's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Got a little laughing. Learned something from it. All that good stuff. Send peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Make sure you get you a fruit in for today. Yeah, man. That's it. And get outside too. If the weather's nice, get outside. Why not? Get in that hot sun. You know, you might need a detox anyway, so do that. And get you some water. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.